Ladies and gentlemen, tonight I invite you to step with me into a village unlike any other. A place shrouded in silence and shadow, where time seems hesitant to move forward. Welcome to Tomobiki Village, a name that, translated, means friend pulling, but in the world of the living, it carries a far darker connotation. Tomobiki Village sits in a forgotten corner of the countryside. Its map barely a whisper on any atlas. Locals whisper that the village is cursed by an ancient force, not a ghost or demon, but something far more insidious. Every year, on the same day, the village observes a peculiar tradition, known simply as Friends' Eve, a day when no one dares to step outside after sunset. It is said that the boundary between the living and the dead thins on this night, drawing unseen visitors into the street. Our story begins with a young journalist named Aiko, whose curiosity about local legends leads her to Tomobiki just before this fateful evening. Armed with a notebook and an unshakable resolve, she arrives at the village, greeted only by the wary eyes of its few inhabitants. They speak cautiously, warning her not to stay overnight. But Aiko, like all seekers of truth, is undeterred. As twilight descends, the innkeeper tells her of the Friends' Eve ritual, a time when the departed come not to haunt with anger, but to reclaim the depths of friendship. You see, in Tomobiki, friendships are more than bonds. They are contracts. When a person dies, their closest friend must accompany them into the afterlife, lest the friendship itself be broken. It's a beautiful notion, until you realize no one wants to be chosen. When night falls, Aiko notices shadows lengthen unnaturally, shapes moving just beyond sight in the flicker of candlelight. The villagers retreat indoors, locking doors and drawing curtains. But Aiko remains rooted, compelled by something she cannot name. Outside, a soft voice calls her name, echoing through the narrow streets, a voice both familiar and chilling. Drawn to the sound, Aiko walks into the heart of the village, where the veil between worlds grows thin. There, she witnesses a procession of translucent figures, friends clutching hands with the departed, stepping silently into the mist. Among them, a woman turns toward Aiko, eyes hollow but pleading. It is a face she recognizes from an old photograph among her grandmother's belongings, a friend lost decades ago, whose story was never told. Aiko's heart races as the woman reaches out, and in that moment, Aiko faces a choice: to accept the hand standard and cross into the in-between, binding herself forever to a friendship from the beyond, or to turn away and live with the knowledge that in Tomobiki, friendships are never truly broken, but sometimes never meant to be broken free. As dawn breaks, the villagers emerge, some with sorrow in their eyes, others with relief. Aiko stands alone on the empty street, a notebook clutched tightly, the echo of that spectral hand still lingering in the air. Tomobiki remains, a village suspended between worlds, holding its secrets close. So, dear listener, if you ever find yourself drawn to a place called Tomobiki, remember this: some friendships carry a cost, and some debts are paid in silence, in shadow, in the in-between. Perhaps it is better to leave some doors unopened, some voices unheard, and some stories untold. For in the quiet depths of that village, the line between friend and phantom blurs, and once crossed may never be crossed back. And with that, our tale for tonight fades into the mist. Keep your friends close, but beware the call that comes when the world sleeps. Good night, and beware the in-between.